first guest today is a two-time breast cancer survivor with an incredible testimony to share with us today. She strives to make sure others know the impact of not just breast cancer, but how cancer also affects the lives of others. Y'all, please help me welcome to the Lavender Couch, Mrs. Phyllis Wright. You're a survivor. I love it. Welcome.
Yes.
How are you today?
I am doing fantastic.
Indeed you are, and you are beautiful as ever. You got the fashion memo too. I love it. So listen, I want to just dive into some of these questions with you if you don't mind. Tell me about the circumstances surrounding your first encounter with breast cancer.
Well, I was diagnosed in 2016. And not 2011, and it was stage 1. And when I received the call from the doctor, he stated that it was breast cancer, and I said, how is this possible when it does not run in my family? And he let me know that it doesn't matter, you have it. And when I did the lumpectomy later on, then they realized that I had a HER2 positive gene, which is a cancerous gene, a very aggressive gene. And so I had to take chemotherapy as well as radiation.
Wow. So when you found out you had cancer and you told your family about it, what was the reaction of your family?
Initially, well, my husband, because I wanted to make sure I tell him first,
of course,
told me that, okay, you're on your roller coaster ride. You're gonna go with the flips and turns and then we'll get off. And I said, well, I don't like roller coasters. He said, too bad, you're on your ride.
You're on it, right?
Yes. And from there, I told my children, my parents, and it was something that was an alarming alert to the entire family.
Yes.
And they stood by me, and we went through it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you got a praying family, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, indeed you do.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit more about the first experience with breast cancer. Now you've told your family, let's learn a little bit more about the process you had to go through and how it affected you.
Well, initially I had the lumpectomy. And from having the lumpectomy, I had to do chemotherapy, lost all my hair. And as I was losing my hair, because you do not see inside your body, the hair was a reflection on what you saw outside.
Wow.
And it started looking dead. And then I was getting discouraged, and that's when my husband said, I'd rather have you bald and not at all. Let's get through this
You
thing.
better come on. You better say that again. He said, I'd rather have you bald and not at all.
Yes.
Now that'll make you get up and do some things,
I said,
right?
well, all right.
Like, come on, baby. We can do this thing together.
And then
Amen.
after I had chemotherapy, radiation, and everything came back clear.
That's amazing.
But 18 months later, the lumpectomy opened up, that I can see my flesh.
Oh, no.
Yes. And that was a complication because all throughout initial, I never stopped working. I continued working, but then when it had some complications where you actually saw flesh, they realized that I had a skin infection.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to have a skin graft. I've been through several surgeries with that part.
My goodness. So most of the time that you were going through chemotherapy, it causes an individual to lose their hair, and you said that you lost your hair.
Completely.
Was this the case? Not knowing that you never had it in your family before, that's what I don't understand. Let's go back a little bit to the doctors telling you that it doesn't matter, because most people feel like that if it's in your family, then you're subjective to have it. But you never had this trace of it. And now you're losing your hair. You're going through the process of it. Did it affect you in any other way? How did it affect your mind?
Support was the main factor. I was part of a study, a best study, and they kept asking them how much support you had. And my family was there for me. You do go through chemo brain, where you're always forgetting things. And after I had chemo, 2 days later, I come back to work, and my students would tell me, Mrs. Wright, you taught that. I said, okay.
Oh,
and then when I
wow.
get my energy back, they'll say, she's back. And so just having that support.
They were your reference point.
Oh,
they were your support. They were
everything.
everything.
And
That's
it was
amazing.
amazing.
I was going to say.
When I start wearing wigs, and that was a main thing for me because I didn't know which wig to choose.
Right. So you look different every now and then. You kept reinventing yourself.
And
that's
so,
fun.
But before, now wigs are the popular thing.
Correct.
But during that time, it wasn't as popular.
Oh.
So I didn't know the difference between real human hair and
synthetic.
So
Right.
I started getting hot when it was like, you're wearing that synthetic wig.
Ah.
So people helped me.
That's so awesome.
It seems as though it wasn't just one person. God did not create us to be one person on an island. We are our brother's keeper and sister's keeper, and I was kept by him.
Oh, that's so amazing. He will do it, won't he?
Yes, he will.
You're sitting right here in front of me with a head full of hair, and I love it. I love it. So second time around, what happened?
The second time, the doctor told me, and I was at work, and instead of me reacting differently, I started praising God. I was giving him the glory because it happened in 2018, and I saw my children graduate from high school.
Oh, praise God.
And that was something I said, wow, thank you. You've given me.
Yes.
So from there, it was stage 0. And from having it as stage 0, they recommended a double mastectomy reconstruction. And once again, my parents, my sister, brother-in-law, sister-in-law,
Everybody.
all of them combined and supported me through whatever I had to
Everybody loves Phyllis.
Everybody. I can never, ever say I have never been loved.
That's
because they were
amazing.
there for me.
That's awesome.
So I had the double mastectomy reconstruction. And I'm still here. That was 2018.
Wow.
And
4 years ago.
That's
almost
correct.
5.
Yes. In 2022, both my children graduated from college.
Come on now.
I thank God for that.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's so nice sitting here talking to you. You're giving me goosebumps. You are a miracle, and you're just filled with so much joy.
Yes.
And we have so much to learn and take for you. And I'm sure that our viewers, so many people are going to be blessed by what you have shared with us today. Can you tell us how important it is for women to check and feel themselves every now and then? Not like I'm feeling myself, but y'all need to feel yourselves.
And
please.
that's not just only that, to get your annual checkup for mammogram. And if you cannot afford it, contact the American Cancer Society. That is there for you. It is making stride against breast cancer. I give donations constantly.
Yes.
So if you're having difficult, I did not feel anything. I did not was any pain. It was done through a mammogram.
Yes.
And if you know someone who is going through any situation, do not leave them behind. Support them.
Most definitely.
Encourage them.
Yes.
Share your experience. Let them know that there is life. And someone had battled cancer before me. She said, there is life after cancer.
Yes.
And I know how that feels.
Because you are a living witness.
And I am proud to be a right cancer survivor.
You better come on a right. She got all the good stuff to say, y'all. Oh my gosh. Well, if you are a right, you can't be wrong. I had to. Listen, do you have a message for others? I want you to just look in the camera and talk to them. Other people who have just found out that they have been diagnosed with cancer, and someone who may be surviving cancer, like you, who have survived it. The camera with the light on, it's right here. I want you to tell them how good God is.
If you just found out and you feel discouraged, that is something that you're going to definitely experience initially. However, pray. Your support team is there. If you need any encouragement, you are part of another sisterhood, a brotherhood, because it does run in for men too.
Yes.
And so just tell people, do not battle this by yourself, because if you battle it by yourself, you're only going to lose your strength and your focus. Continue. your strive. It's not an easy journey, but it is up to you to fight through it.
Yes.
That's what you call a fighter.
Yes, and she's a survivor. We'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere here. I'm with a superhero. Come on, Superwoman.